Hi, I'm Dominic Robson-Neal,
I'm Zell Folks,
and this is Inside the Ropes.
Boxing Show.
All right. Hi, I'm Dominic Robson-Neal with another exciting episode of Inside the Ropes. I got my co-host Marlon Clemens. Today we're going to talk about the fights that just happened with the Terrence Crawford fight, the Jared Anderson fight, and I guess we can talk about Jarrell Miller and Ruiz. Oh, and Pitbull Cruz, his fight. All right, so what do you think about the fights this weekend?
That was an event this weekend. Never seen a boxing show quite like this one. The whole concert with Eminem kind of threw a lot of people off. You had to stay awake.
I went to sleep. I had to wake back up on it.
Not the only one. I was dozing off myself. But as far as the fights, I think this was an excellent card. I think there were a couple of decisions that a lot of fans were upset about, especially the Andy Ruiz and the Big Baby Miller fight.
Right.
There's a lot of controversy amongst that.
Well, the reason why it's a lot of controversy on a lot of fights is because a casual fan, a lot of people, even people in boxing, don't understand how a professional boxing match is scored.
Right.
You know, they think because somebody's catching another person with punches, they just touching them with punches, they're winning the fight, and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So today I'm gonna teach the world or all the millions and millions of Inside the Ropes followers how you score a professional boxing match. Okay.
The right way.
The criteria for scoring a professional boxing round or boxing match or a round or whatever you want to call it is effective aggressiveness. Meaning, if you're coming forward being aggressive, it must be effective. Now, if you coming forward and the person countering you and piecing you up while you coming forward, that's not effective aggressiveness. You just coming forward. Sort of like in the case of with Ruiz and Big Baby
Miller.
Right. So now you have defense. Defense is hitting and not getting hit, or avoiding punches, or not taking. Like sometimes, a lot of people, if you've been in a boxing ring or a boxing gym, you might see a guy look like he got hit, but he actually rolled with the punch. Like he caught me, boom, but I rolled with it, so I don't take the full impact of the punch. That's defense. Or you throw a punch and I parry it with my right hand or left hand. I parry the jab or parry one of your punches off. That's defense. A lot of judges know what that looks like. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, now you have ring generalsmanship. Ring generalsmanship or ring generalship, however you want to say it, is who's controlling the fight. If I'm controlling the fight, I'm moving around the ring, I'm pacing the fight. I'm not letting you fight like how you normally fight. That means I'm controlling the fight. I'm controlling you. I'm jabbing you when I want to. I'm moving my feet. I'm not sitting here getting hit. I'm not trading punches with you, going to war with you. All right? I'm controlling the boxing match. If I'm a judge, I look out there and say, dog, who would I rather be? I'd rather be him. That means that's more ring generalship, right? Now the last is clean and effective punching. All right, it's not amateurs where you just trying to touch somebody, touch them as much as you can touch them, pop, pop, pop. Like people say, I can't think of his name, who fought Crawford? Madrimov. Oh, Madrimov caught him with the right hand, but he threw like 2 or 3 right hands that caught him.
Right. He
He wasn't really controlling the fight. He's jumping around, but Crawford is controlling. Crawford is actually controlling the fight and making the fight happen.
dominated in all 4 categories.
Correct. But most people don't know how to score a boxing match. So again, lesson learned today on Inside the Ropes. You have effective aggressiveness, ring generalship, you have defense, and you have clean, effective punches. Now, they add hard on that. Clean, effective, hard punches. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how you judge a match. All right? Now, after each round, that round is taken and put in the bank. The next round, all those rounds are put in the bank. They don't go back at the end of the fight, and they can't go back and change the scorecard. They can't put on there, well, you know what? He started coming back and when a lot of people say, well, you got to take the belt from the champion. No, you don't. You got to just win rounds. I got to win more rounds than you. It's not, boxing is not based on he's a champ, I got to take the belt from him. That's not how it works. It's a scoring system.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know.
So where do those cliches come in? Where they come from?
Casuals, people who don't know. You got beat the champ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I said, you got people in boxing who really don't know boxing. You understand what I'm saying? It's so much to learn in boxing.
Learn every day.
Yeah, this you know what I'm saying? This like, you got it. It's almost like going to college or trying to get a doctorate or whatever. You got to keep doing this stuff every day. You got to do research and look up stuff, like little simple stuff like that people don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when they look at a boxing match, and some people have never even been in a boxing gym. So they haven't even seen nobody spar, so they wouldn't know. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just like, I look out there and see some doctors out there doing some work. I'm like, yeah.
They're doing that wrong.
Yeah, he doing that wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the intricacies of putting a broken arm back together.
Right.
I look at, now, I've been there when my wife had a baby, right? Yeah, she had a baby. I saw it.
Yeah,
but I can't tell you, I can't deliver it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like saying, I've been eating chicken all my life. I still can't lay eggs. You know what I'm saying? So people, yeah, I've been watching boxing. I've heard people say, I've been boxing for 20 years. Yeah, but you don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
you can't show nobody how to throw a jab. You can't even tell nobody how to throw a jab because you don't understand what's going on in the ring. You got to look at it. Bud and Madrimov was playing high-speed chess. They playing chess at a high level. Speed with that clock on.
Right.
You know, Bud trying to counter Bud trying to counter him. So it looks boring, but it's an art. It's a science. It's who's more patient, who's gonna give, who's gonna feint somebody into doing something. So it's a lot going on in there that people don't see. Mm-hmm. You know, a couple times Bud hurt him with body shots, but people didn't see that. Oh, they saw, yeah, he got caught with a right hand. Man, if you get caught with a right hand, that's gonna win you a match. I had it like 8-4.
Easy.
I don't know what these people looking at now. What do you think about the John Ruiz, Jarrell Miller fight?
Andy Ruiz.
That's a John Ruiz. Damn.
Andy Ruiz fought from the 5th round with a broken hand. However, I still think Miller actually won that fight. I was listening to some other podcasts going on, and they were saying because of Miller's history in the sport with PEDs and just not caring about the sport and being a clean athlete, that's why he really didn't get the decision. I can't say yes, I can't say no to that.
It is.
But if he would have threw more punches, he would have took it. You know what I mean?
I wasn't upset with a draw. You gotta look at it. A boxing match, a boxing round is 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. 3 minutes long. You can't fight the last 10 seconds of the round and think you're gonna win. When you hear that 10-second hammer come down, you start Man, that ain't gonna win. What about the whole other 2 minutes and 45 seconds that don't win? I mean, 2 minutes and 50 seconds that already went. And Ruiz catching you with clean, them hard shots he was hitting to the side of the head with. Yeah, okay. So you gotta say, man, the fight was boring. Both of them wasn't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. He just coming forward. He putting his weight on the man. Come on, man. They deserve a draw. He didn't. The man had a broke hand. He clearly seen the bone sticking out of his hand. So the man, and you 300 pounds. You couldn't even get over 300. You should have dug down in the well and got that man up out of here. Even when you had him hurt.
You think the weight cut probably limited his punch output because he dropped 50 pounds for that fight?
That's what he said.
Yeah, he got exposed and dropped 50.
Man, listen, man. Excuse everybody. Come on. You say the 50 pounds had what? He's a heavyweight. He's still 300-something pounds.
What do you weigh in at?
I think it was 305.
Okay, 305. Listen, he 305. That ain't got nothing to do with you not throwing punches. You've been doing this forever. That should be muscle memory to throw punches.
True.
Prime example. We had a kid. We're gonna give Jalen Steele. We took. I forgot about Jalen. We took him down to Atlanta this past weekend, and he won his first boxing match. You know, sometimes we gotta take him away to get him away and let him. You know, gotta let him get off the porch. And we don't care where we gotta go.
Right.
We're gonna do it. But after his first fight, he came to the corner. He thought he lost. But you know what? No matter how tired he got, he kept fighting. He kept letting his hands go every time. He came to the corner, he was so tired he thought he lost. Until he went back and looked at the tape, and he said, did I do that? I was doing that? Yeah, he was fighting. He was trying to win.
Right.
There's a difference. Man, some of them guys, they just make an excuse. But anyway, we go to the next fight. What do you thought, what do you thought about Jared Anderson?
That was an eye-opener. I didn't know much about his opponent. Martin, what's his last name?
Bacoli.
He got my attention now. Bacoli is a force.
Hey,
He's
let's
a force.
tell you what funny Zell. Hey Zell, I came to the house and told him. I said,
I walked in, and the fight is about to come on. And I'm like, nah, Jerry's going to put on a show today. Because, you know, the whole world is doubting Jerry. So this is opportunity to put on.
I told him, I said, man, he going to sleep. He getting knocked out.
I thought so too.
I said, he ain't getting knocked out. He ain't even getting knocked down. He gonna put on the show.
Man, too big and long.
Listen, man, like I tell people, don't confuse talent with promotion. That's a lot of dudes out there who get promoted.
Right.
And it's dudes over here who are probably better boxers, better fighters, more talented than the guys they had, but they're just not being promoted.
Yeah.
They weren't at the right place at the right time to get, seen. But there's a lot of guys out there can fight. Like Madrimov, he can fight.
Yeah, he can fight.
The man can fight. He gonna beat a lot of people. I don't care what nobody say.
He's gonna be around.
Yeah, so sometimes we get, that type of stuff confused. But that was some good fights this weekend, you know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about Pitbull Cruz and Ryo.
Well,
Let's talk about that one. Because I've been calling that for the last 2 months.
he got one right.
Let's talk.
Listen, he got one right. Listen, he got one right. Hey, listen. But here's the thing. The reason why, now you have some judges who lean more towards aggression. Some judges look at, as long as you coming forward, it's effective aggressiveness. Some judges look at that. Pitbull was coming forward. Pitbull caught him with some flush shots. I was watching something today on TikTok. He caught him with some good shots, but he didn't make no adjustments. The man who made the adjustments was the better fighter. When I saw Robert Garcia sitting in his corner and my man's corner, I was like, oh man, this ain't gonna go right. Because he's a great trainer, real disciplined. His fighter's gonna come with the game plan. If he brings a fighter, they coming to get it. So I knew Pitbull was gonna have problems, but the adjustments Pitbull made were none. He couldn't cut the ring off. I'm lying. He made one adjustment in the last round. He started throwing his right hand straight right. Because the whole time he's looping his punches, he just came with a straight right. He had a better opportunity. Not saying he would have won, but he would have had a better opportunity. The other guy, he just outboxed him. He gave him a little boxing lesson. Even though I ain't like some of his boxing, he was touching him, but he wasn't punching him. But he did enough to beat Pitbull. The rounds were competitive, but he was doing just a little bit more each round. Like you could have a close fight. Let's say you could have let's say, for example, you could have a good fight and the scorecards be crazy. And you be like, man, how is that scorecard like that? Let me explain why. Let's say me and you boxing, and we having a good round. The round is real competitive, but I edge you out every round. Let's say I do just a little bit more to edge you out. So now I'm up like 8 rounds to, let's say I'm up 6 rounds to your 2. We banging. It's a great fight, but I'm winning just a little bit more than you. So I'm putting all those rounds in the bank. So now when the scorecard comes, let's say you win 1 at the end or 2 at the end. Even though those rounds were real competitive, I was winning the rounds. Now the last 2 rounds you won. You know what they're going to say? You got robbed.
Right. Right.
Because they're not understanding how you scoring, how boxing is scored. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what it is. All right, it's been a pretty. Hope we taught you something today on Inside the Ropes. You know, give you a little tutoring, a little boxing tutoring, on the sport of boxing, how a round is scored, and the way boxers look at, or the way judges look at how a round is scored, who's winning, who's not.
Real quick, who you want to see Bud against next?
Who has the other belt? Well, the winner of Fundora and Spence, so he can get that belt. You know, let him get all the belts. That'd be the first time in my lifetime that somebody was undisputed in 3 weight classes. So it'd be something to see. All right, this has been another episode of Inside the Ropes. My co-host Marlon Clemens. Thank you much. See you soon. Till next time. Right.